The Premier League is back, and this is a Premier League prediction video. Hello, folks. This is Ayun Agudo, and thank you guys for tuning into my channel. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. Leave your thought in the comment section below, and please hit the like button. And let's dive into this. It's a Premier League prediction video, and we're going to predict who's going to get relegated, who's going to win the league, and we're going to go from the bottom to the top. So right away off the bat is going to be Sunderland, Burnley, and Leeds. And the reason why I'm picking the promoted team to go straight back down, is that in the last 2 seasons, that's exactly what happened. The Premier League is getting increasingly difficult for the Championship team to survive in it because they're already coming with disadvantage of their squad not being equipped to compete in the Premier League, or worse than the team that are already in the Premier League. But they have to spend in order to catch up. But the problem is the Premier League team are also spending to make sure they don't get caught. So the dynamic of those teams mean that the Championship team can never truly catch up to the Premier League team. And when they come up, they go down. And the problem also is that the Championship team come with this grand illusion, thinking they're going to play the exact same way they played in the Championship in the Premier League. It never works out well for them. Case in point, why in the last 2 seasons, the team that came up went back down. And I don't see why this season is going to be different. So yes, Sunderland 20th, Burnley 19, and Leeds in 18 places. And those teams are going to go straight down. In 17, it's going to be Brentford. In 16, it's going to be West Ham. In 15, Wolves. 14, Crystal Palace. 13, Fulham. 12, Everton. 11, Bournemouth. And these teams are what I call the no man's land. They're not bad, and they're probably not going to get dragged into the relegation battle, and they're not good enough to go compete for Europe and also like that. So yes, Brentford to me is going to struggle because they just lost the entire coaching staff, and 2 of their best players are possibly going to leave in Wissa, and Bremo also already left. So that's why I predict them that low. Crystal Palace, the reason why I predict them that low is because they have European football this season, and they're going to struggle a lot managing those 2 with the smaller squad that they have. So that's why I predict them to finish that low. Bournemouth, the reason why I also predict Bournemouth to finish that low is because they've been decimated. The entire back line is gone, including the goalkeeper. All of it is gone. So it's going to be a difficult task recreating a back line that will compete in the Premier League. And that's why I predict them that low. And now let's move into the top 10. The big hitters. And in 10th place is Brighton. I don't know how they do it. Brighton sell their best players, bring in some unknown kid, and that kid hit. And they are like, let's roll. They're consistently going to be in the top 10 because they have the ambition to push further, but they like money more. So if they get a young kid from Ecuador like Cancedo and did well, they sell him off for 100 million. That's a lot of money to them. So they could have good coaching staff that continually doing this. So they're going to finish. They're going to finish 10 to me. And then in 9th place, it's going to be Newcastle. And the reason why I predict Newcastle this low is that last time they had Champions League football, they struggled so bad in the league. On top of that, they're losing Isak to Liverpool possibly. And if they lose Isak to Liverpool and the Champions League thrown in there, yes, I'm predicting them to finish 9th. It's not going to be a pretty season for them. Even though they still have an elite midfield, that's all they had. Their front line is Alanga, and on the other side, they're not enough. The reason why they score so many goals is because they had a world-class striker in Isak. If they lose Isak, they're going to finish 9th. They're definitely going to finish 9th. In 8th, it's going to be Forest. Nottingham Forest are now also going to be playing in Europe, and they just lost Anthony Alanga, but they still kept core of some of their players. Like they get Morgan, Gift White is still there. They have Chris Wood. I don't know how well he's going to do this season because he was the surprise of last season. But they still have him. They still kind of have the core of their old team. So we're going to see what's how they're going to do. Is Nuno Santos going to be found out as a coach and that this kind of attacking team that he has built is not going to live up to the billing next season when the team figure out how they played. Who knows? So I put them in 8th place. In 7 is Aston Villa. The reason why in Aston Villa in 7 is they just run out as team sometime toward the end of the season. The chance that this team could easily finish 5th because they still got the core of their players. They haven't lost anybody important enough to their squad, but for some reason they never quite finished the season as strongly as they would, and they haven't added enough quality in their team to even kind of for the starting job in their squad. So that's why Aston Villa in 6th place to me is going to be Tottenham. Tottenham just got a brand new coach in Thomas Frank, and personally I think that's an upgrade from the last manager. And their squad to me is not as bad as people made it seem out last season. Case in point, they competed with the best team in the world, PSG, in the Super Cup. They nearly beat PSG. Yeah, still remedy of team that is not quite fully together. That given Frank enough time, their team are not conceding the goals that they conceded late for PSG to equalize. That's why Tottenham are going to be very difficult, be horrible to play against under Frank, and they're going to be deadly on the counterattack. And that Tottenham team that almost beat PSG did not have James Maddison, who's injured, did not have Kulusevski, who's their best player, and they're now looking at Esse. They're looking at, what's the other player they're looking at? From what team? Yeah, they're looking at Esse and all of that to see, to come in. So Tottenham is going to be very difficult opposition to play against, and that's why I predict them to finish 6th. I personally picked my favorite team, Manchester United, to finish 5th. I do not have grand delusion to think that even though we had a very good summer, that we're going to go from 15 to the top 4. It's not going to happen. We're not going to leapfrog some of the team that I haven't mentioned that I still have there yet. But I think Manchester United are going to finish 5th. And the reason why I think we're going to finish 5th is we just upgraded the entire attack. We have got a brand new striker. We got 2 attacking midfielders, and we're looking to get more business by getting a defensive midfielder and possibly a goalkeeper. These all of this point to us having a great season and a better season than people expected, and we're going to surprise a lot of people. And if none of this happen, I don't think our manager is going to survive. That's why I'm saying we're going to finish 5th. Now it's the top 4. It's the big one. It's the big show. So in 4th place, honestly, most people think I'm crazy, but it's going to be Arsenal. Arsenal is going to finish 4th. I just see it. They had the window of opportunity to win the league for so long. They did not take it. They finished 2nd. And to me, there's 3 other teams right now above them in my eyes. So Arsenal is going to finish 4th, even though they just spent a lot of money on Noni Madueke, Gyökeres, and Zubimendi. These signings should propel them forward, but I felt like they missed the opportunity to where there's other teams that are coming to it now. And to me, in a place, it's going to be Chelsea. Chelsea is such a resurgent young squad that are on the heels of Arsenal, and I think they're going to bypass Arsenal next season, and they're going to finish 3rd because Arsenal missed their opportunity, and Chelsea the squad is full of young, talented players. You have Cole Palmer, who I think is a better attacking midfielder than Odegaard. You have Joe Pedro, who I think is going to score a bunch of goals for them. Last season, the biggest problem is Jackson was not scoring his opportunities. Put Pedro in there, is going to score a bunch of goals. And they're going to have Delap as the backup. They're going to be fine. And once they sort out the goalkeeper issue, they're going to be fine. I think Chelsea is going to finish 3rd. Manchester City is going to finish 2nd place. And the reason why I'm saying, much as they're spending the transfer window, this one and the January transfer window, I feel like they still hasn't done enough to surpass the team that I think is going to win the league. And there's not much to say about other than that they're going to come back with a vengeance. But the problem is the team I predicted to win the league again, as much as it pained me as a Manchester United fan, this is going to be their 21 title. and they're going to surpass us. But what Liverpool has done in this transfer window is madness. It's nothing short of madness. And this what Sir Alex Ferguson used to do, which is once you win, you don't rest on your laurels. You stamp your foot down, you go get the best players available to make sure you retain your title. Because there's nothing more difficult than retaining a title. Winning a title is difficult, but it's more difficult retaining it. And Liverpool learned from last time they won it, hey, we need to retain this. And the reason to go and retain it, you do what you're doing right now. You go get a brand new left back. You get a right back. You get a striker, and you're looking to get another striker and a defender. So the transfer that Liverpool are bought in this season made them the number one. So the champion are going to be Liverpool, and I cannot believe I'm saying this, but I think they deserve it the way they act in the transfer window. Please let me know of your prediction in the comment section below. Do you agree with my and you disagree with my prediction? Just let me know of your thought and what do you think and who do you think is going to win the league. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.